In a quiet room, the most powerful person is rarely the one speaking. They are the one everyone is watching, waiting for a signal that may never come. History remembers the kings who commanded legions with a single glance, but it forgets the advisors who screamed until their throats were raw. There is a silent frequency of authority, a hidden language written in the marrow of your bones and the stillness of your eyes that dictates exactly how much space you are allowed to occupy in the minds of others. Most people spend their lives begging for a seat at the table, unaware that the table itself is an illusion and that true respect is not a gift given by others, but a gravity you generate within yourself. Imagine a predator in the tall grass. It does not growl to announce its arrival. It moves with a terrifying rhythmic economy of motion. It is the silence that precedes the storm that carries the most weight. This is the foundation of the shadow self, the realization that your presence is a currency and most people are devaluing it every time they open their mouths to fill a void. We are entering a domain where words are seen as a form of weakness, a leak in the hull of your persona. To master the art of silent respect is to master the art of psychological displacement. You must become the void that others feel the need to fill. There is a primitive mechanism buried deep within the human amygdala that scans every environment for threats and leaders. It does not listen to your resume, it listens to the way you hold your breath. When you enter a room, the world subconsciously measures the tension in your shoulders and the steadiness of your gaze. If you are frantic, shifting your weight and darting your eyes to seek approval, you are broadcasting a signal of submissiveness. You are telling the tribe that you are a scavenger, not a sovereign. But there is a specific type of stillness, a calculated, heavy presence that triggers an immediate psychological shift in those around you. It is the same feeling one gets when standing at the edge of a great cliff, a mixture of awe and a faint instinctual fear. This weight is not something you perform, it is something you inhabit. Think of the concept of the law of least effort. In any social hierarchy, the individual with the highest status is the one who moves the least and reacts the slowest. They are the fixed point around which the chaos revolves. By slowing down your physical tempo, you are effectively warping the time perception of everyone in your vicinity. When you move with deliberate intent, you signal that you are the master of your own timeline. You are not being chased by the clock is a guest in your reality. But this is merely the surface of a much deeper, darker pool of influence. We are moving toward a realization about the nature of human gaze that will fundamentally alter how you look at the world, a secret that high-level negotiators and historical tyrants used to bend reality to their will. For now, observe the way you occupy space. Most people shrink. They pull their elbows inward, they cross their legs, they minimize their physical footprint as if apologizing for their existence. To command respect without a word, you must own the air around you. This is not about being alpha or aggressive, it is about being unshakable. It is the difference between a pebble and a mountain. The mountain does not demand that you notice it, it simply is, and you have no choice but to walk around it. Consider the gaze of the void. In social interactions, we are taught that eye contact is polite, but in the realm of dark psychology, eye contact is a battleground. Most people break eye contact first because they cannot handle the intimacy of being seen or the pressure of being judged. When you hold a gaze a fraction of a second longer than is comfortable, you are testing the other person's psychological perimeter. You are looking through them, not at them. This creates a vacuum. Human nature abhors a vacuum, and when faced with a silent, unblinking observer, the other person will almost always begin to over-explain themselves. They will leak information, they will fidget, and they will eventually defer to your silence. Silence is the ultimate weapon of the elite. Every word you speak is a potential vulnerability. Every sentence is a chance for someone to find a flaw, a lie, or a weakness. When you choose not to speak, you become a mirror. People will project their own insecurities, their own fears, and their own desires onto you. They will try to please you because they cannot read you. They are terrified of the judgment they imagine is happening behind your closed lips. This is the opaqueness principle. If you are a clear glass, people look through you. If you are a dark mirror, they see only themselves, and they will work tirelessly to ensure the reflection they see is one you approve of. As we descend deeper into this philosophy, you must understand that respect is closely tied to the concept of the shadow. Carl Jung spoke of the parts of ourselves we hide away, but the person who is respected without speaking is the one who has integrated their capacity for danger into their calm. There is a palpable difference between a man who is peaceful because he is incapable of violence and a man who is peaceful because he has his sword firmly sheathed. The world smells the difference. One is a sheep, the other is a lion in repose. True respect is the recognition of potential power that is voluntarily restrained. This brings us to the rhythm of response. Observe the next time someone asks you a question. Most people answer immediately, terrified of a dead moment in the conversation. To be respected, you must kill that fear. Allow a beat of silence to hang in the air after they finish speaking. Look at them. Process. Let the silence become heavy. Only then answer, or better yet, don't answer at all. A slight tilt of the head or a narrowing of the eyes can communicate more than a paragraph of justification. By delaying your response, you are communicating that your thoughts are valuable and that you are not a vending machine for information. You are the curator of your own mind. We are approaching the apex of this psychological architecture, the final secret that explains why some people can walk into a room and change the temperature without making a sound. It involves a concept known as the internal citadel. If your internal state is dependent on the reactions of others, you are a slave. If you need a smile to feel safe or a nod to feel valid, you are broadcasting your chains. The silent master is indifferent. This indifference is not coldness, it is a profound, unshakable centeredness. It is the knowledge that whether the room loves you or hates you, your value remains constant. This creates a reality distortion field. People are drawn to those who are more certain of their reality than they are of their own. Think of the king's breath. Watch the great icons of cinema or the leaders of industry. They breathe deeply into the belly, never the chest. High-stress, low-status breathing is shallow and rapid. It's the breath of the hunted. Deep, slow breathing is the breath of the hunter. It calms your nervous system, and through a process of emotional contagion, it calms the nervous system of everyone around you. You are literally hijacking the biology of the room. When you are the most relaxed person in a high-stakes environment, you are automatically perceived as the most powerful. But why does this work? Why does the human brain bow to the silent and the still? It is because silence is a sign of high information density. We assume that the person who says nothing knows something we don't. We assume they are observing the details we are missing. This is the intelligence of the Sphinx. By remaining an enigma, you force others to do the mental labor. They will spend hours after the meeting or the date wondering what you meant by that one look or why you didn't laugh at that one joke. You are living rent-free in their subconscious. You have moved from being a participant in their world to being the architect of it. This leads us to the art of departure. Most people stay too long. They talk until the energy is drained. They wait for the proper time to leave. The person who is respected leaves while the energy is at its peak. They vanish. This is the scarcity principle applied to human presence. If you are always available, you are a commodity. If you are rare, you are a luxury.
Your absence should be felt like a sudden drop in pressure. When you leave a room, the conversation shouldn't continue as it was. It should change because the gravity has shifted. The final secret, the ultimate truth that ties all these threads together, is the realization that you cannot make people respect you. Making implies effort. Effort implies a lack. True respect is the byproduct of a total and utter lack of need. It is the zen of the sovereign. When you truly, deeply do not care if people respect you or not out of bitterness, but out of a complete self-containedness, that is when they will bow. It is a cosmic irony. The moment you stop seeking their validation is the moment you become the source of it. You must become a ghost in the machine of social conditioning. You must walk through the world as if you are watching a movie that you have already seen the ending to. This detachment is the highest form of power.